Okay, not fucking around. I think it's time we get back to some grassroots shit. You know, just to make some cool stuff out of some not so cool stuff. You know what I mean? So here's what we're gonna do. This thing, you can find these. It's just a aluminium, like air cylinder, fire extinguisher cylinder. I like to look for shapes, you know, go to the junkyard, scrapyard, whatever. Look for shapes. You can find some really cool shit to make some cool shit out of. I'll make a headlight out of this. Won't be this long though. So this is some grassroots shit. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut, you know, it makes it, if you've got a big bandsaw, you can use a big bandsaw to cut this. If not, I don't know, use a really sharp butter knife or something. I don't know, Sawzall, whatever, figure it out. You need to cut, depends how long you want your headlight. Then we can cut the bottom off here, put a hole in here. This is gonna be the headlight rim, bezel, whatever you wanna call it. So anyway, we'll start by cutting this off. Okay, before we start working, safety first, or last, third, something. Eye protection. These are old. Huh, these things are so old, when you put them on, everything's in black and white. Okay. This might take a while. Oh, not that long. Let's speed it up. This looks familiar. This shape kind of rings a bell. No, seriously, these, I got these, they're pretty old. These were very expensive, cost me a couple of $1,000, but you know, they're from like 1947. But when I bought these, they threw in this lathe. So it wasn't a bad deal, really. So we got this ready. We're gonna reshape this a little bit, polish it, put it in the lathe machine, get rid of this stuff. Anyway, first thing, these tanks are usually date stamped and inspection stamped, so rather than try and get that off. Okay, for the most part, I got the stamps out of there. The nice thing about this gas tank that I got, it's got this this part of it like this, which will actually clamp up nice and late. Some of them though don't have a nice machined end. So what you do, just get a piece of pipe, you know, it's usually pipe thread, wind in there. You can use it like an arbor, put it in the lathe, good as gold. These are usually pretty good quality castings, so they spin pretty true. What I like to do though, make it a bit more secure, because this is a little bit hanging out of the end of the lathe. Just find a piece of scrap circle, put in there like a false center to hold it, and then you can start machining this edge. You can put a dampener, like a big rubber band or something around here, because it'll obviously ring like a bell as soon as you start putting the tool on it. So this thing, we're gonna start cleaning up this edge, and we'll start shaping this and polishing it, and it's gonna look tits. Okay, what I got now, I've got it chucked up, got a center in there holding it, but all I'm doing first is I'm just facing off here to get a nice machined edge. Then what I'm gonna do is reverse it around, chuck it up in the lathe the other way around, then I can start, you know, blocking this, clean this up, machine it up, getting the shape that I want. And then I'm just gonna machine on the front here, just a nice little edge where I can make the bezel fit. I'm making this a bit longer than what I want. I can machine it down to whatever length I want. Okay, I started to machine this out. This is the bottom of the gas tank, see? Put a hole here, started to machine this out. Obviously it's gonna be a little bigger. That will hold the headlight, it'll be in there recessed. Nice thing, there's enough meat here, you can shape it how you want. I've machined a nice thing there. So I'm gonna finish machining here, so that sits on there perfectly, like a cock in the proverbial sock. Safety first. Okay, so I've got it flipped around. I've been shaping this and smoothing this out. We're gonna obviously cut this off. I'm gonna just recurve this here. and it'll have a nice shape for a headlight bezel. Like I said, you can shape it a bit more, get whatever you want. Some gas bottles are different shapes. This just happened to be the one that I fucking had. So, anyway, so that machine up there, then we'll, see I've shaped it there, I'm just cleaning up a little. I'm gonna cut this off. Stop making a big deal out of it. I'll cut this off. Okay, then, so now I've got this almost ready. I might shape this a little more, but I think it's gonna look pretty cool. Next thing we're gonna do, I've already started machining this out. I've got this machined edge. I've got to take this out a little more so that fits on there. Bring this down so it's even with that. First we're gonna finish in here. This is where the headlight will go. Okay, so